Welcome to Wellverse. For our final project, Brianna, Yisha, Monica, and I would like to introduce you to a new take on group therapy and self care. Be advised, the following content contains discussions of self harm. 2018 study published in the American Journal of Public Health found that non suicidal self injury, or NSSI, the act of intentionally hurting oneself, affects nearly 1 in every 4 teenage girls in the United States. The problem has become so widespread that social media sites like Instagram and TikTok have taken steps to ban hashtags associated with self harm. But teens continue to use these platforms to exchange pictures and storage, which has, unfortunately, inspired others. But these teens are not the only ones impacted by their actions. Family and friends struggle to help them as they reach out to medical professionals and each other for support, often losing sight of their own mental health. While there are numerous resources ready to assist these teens in crisis, there is a startling lack of support systems in place to assist their friends who have also been impacted by the trauma. These friends helping friends, or as Dr. Jean Barrison, director of the Clay Center for Young Healthy Minds, calls them, emotional sponges, are silently at risk for developing depression and anxiety themselves as they take on the emotional burdens of their peers. This underserved group is the focus of our project. Meet Chloe, our target persona. Chloe's best friend has recently confided in her that she's seeking treatment for self harm. Chloe wants to help and support her friend, but she doesn't know how. She feels guilty for not seeing the signs that her friend was in crisis sooner, and she's worried she may have ignored or excused her friend's troubling behavior. She's been asked not to tell her circle of friends, and with no one to talk to, Chloe feels isolated. Her parents are supportive, but they don't see what she's going through. She can't sleep, and her schoolwork is starting to suffer. Our journey to help Chloe began by identifying the goals we wanted our project to achieve. We decided to divide our learning objectives into two components. The first component focuses on how Chloe can learn to constructively support her best friend, not only for her friend's benefit, but to help Chloe regain her sense of confidence and purpose. This includes developing her communication and empathy skills through behavior modeling, helping her discern the signs of crisis, and knowing when to reach out for help. The second component of our learning goals focuses on Chloe supporting herself and her own well being. Chloe will learn how to manage her emotions and not let the negative feelings overwhelm her. By interacting with other friends helping friends who are dealing with similar situations, Chloe can see that she's not alone. And as they come to support each other, Chloe's mental well being will improve. By designing a program to achieve these two sets of goals, we expect that Chloe and those like her will be empowered to become a mentally healthier and more resilient version of themselves, armed with the skills and mindset to help their peers endure the hardships yet to come. This is Wellverse. Wellverse is a multi-domain portal that begins on a Facebook page that Zoe can access by invitation, where she can explore links to resources and activities designed to empower her with the skills that she needs to successfully manage her own well-being. The portal is segmented so that each set of our learning goals, peer support and self support, can be specifically targeted through a variety of interventions. For example, studies have shown a strong correlation to both giving and receiving peer support in a group setting to better mental health. Here, through the magic of VR, teens can gather to talk through their issues guided by a facilitator who moderates discussions based on the specific support context. As a new user accessing the portal, Chloe will have the option to create a Horizons Workroom account where she can design a virtual avatar for herself that will allow her to remain anonymous in group settings. She will also watch a brief orientation to the portal that instructs her on the mechanics of getting around, how the site is structured, and what tools are at her disposal before moving on to the self assessment. After orientation, Chloe will take a self assessment built using the tool Qualtrics. The assessment consists of two parts, a self assessment and an assessment of potential peer issues. The assessment will take about 10 minutes, after which Chloe will receive feedback on where she should begin to focus her efforts. The survey results will also inform Chloe and the site moderator if immediate intervention may be required, in which case Chloe will be direct messaged through her account. The focus of the peer support segment of the portal will be to teach Chloe how to identify signs of distress in her peers and how to support them in ways that aren't emotionally overwhelming to her. Resources will include microlearning activities that will allow Chloe to see how others approached a crisis support situation and did or did not successfully navigate it. We will also provide opportunities through the Horizons Workroom VR meeting app to meet with others who are dealing with similar situations. These sessions will be moderated by a trained facilitator to keep the focus on peer support. For those who do not have access to VR equipment, Horizons Workroom has partnered with Zoom to provide flat screen access to VR meetings so that anyone who can join a Zoom call can participate in these group sessions. The self support segment of the portal will provide Chloe insights into her own mental health and how to make sure she doesn't remain one of Dr. Berenson's emotional sponges. Microlearning activities will be skills based, showing Chloe how to self care in the midst of trauma, when to step away to decompress and regroup, and when to reach out for support for herself. Group sessions will concentrate on discussing the personal impact of peer trauma and how group members treated themselves through the process. VR users will also have access to meditation safe spaces where they can go to unwind and take a moment for themselves. Mobile users will be able to access a library of relaxing sounds and music, so they may experience a similar moment of serenity. In an effort to promote equitable accessibility, Wellverse provides additional support tools that can be utilized independently on a mobile device, tablet, or laptop computer. For instance, a direct chat app allows users to communicate one-to-one with a mental support specialist or a struggling peer. The discussion board enables users to anonymously communicate and openly discuss their personal thoughts and feelings with those who may have similar experiences. Signing up for text alerts will include receiving weekly text messages that function as mental health check ins, wellness tips, and well being reminders. When we step back to evaluate what we had designed, we observed both potential design strengths and areas of opportunity. The strength of Wellverse can be understood from the social media theory of Heidegger's shared world. This theory highlights social media as enabling community building and strengthening peer based social bonds. Social media can elicit a sense of belonging to a community that is broader than in real life, and it can strengthen existing interpersonal relationships. Areas that we identify that may require additional research include privacy issues, specifically concerning medical data, and issues associated with anonymity and how it can be exploited by bad actors. Related to this is the possibility of misidentification caused by anonymity. This risk, as informed by Goffman's presentation of self theory, is that facilitators may negatively misidentify the motivations of support seekers, which could cause them additional anxiety. There's also the risk of blurring the line between support, which Wellverse is designed to provide, and professional treatment, which it is not. The takeaways from our project and the overall course concepts discussed are twofold. We discovered that while we must indulge in making connections with literature, such as Lewis P. and Rosen, who stated that one must develop interactional affordances based on the sharing of meaning and experiences, it's even more vital, as Professor Kawada discussed, to create authentic and meaningful designs that will have a sustainable impact on the intended audience. When all is said and done, we completed our Wellverse design with insight into the functionality that social media can provide in addressing serious real world issues. These are insights that we will take with us as we continue our academic journeys. Well, that's a wrap on Wellverse. Thanks to everyone for watching. Thanks to Jin for his copious insights over the semester. It was a great and collaborative class. Bye for now.